The background image property is used to set an external image file as the background to a particular HTML element. To bind in an external file, the value is URL followed by an open parenthesis followed by a quote and then the path, a closing quote, and a closing parenthesis and semicolon. The path can be a URL, just like this, or a path relative from the file the CSS is in. So here is an example of how we can use the background image property for our CSS code and HTML source. So as you can notice here, this image here becomes the background of this paragraph. Background repeat. So by default, if the rectangular area of an element is bigger than the image itself, then the image will repeat and fill the spaces like tiles. So it shouldn't be background, it should be repeat. And notice here that this image is repeated in the entire area. And we use the padding to keep the text away from the edges of the paragraph box. So the background repeat property can be used to control this. Its more commonly used values are repeat, repeat X, repeat Y, and no repeat. The no repeat value is very useful and bears repeating. There are advanced uses for this property. So notice in this example that if the size of the parent element is not exactly a multiple of the tile, then the image can be cropped and bleed off the side. That can be managed by the centering the tile with background position property with a value of center. Additionally, the background repeat property can also be used to control how it repeats. The space value will result in crop images. It means repeat and add space between the elements, so there is no cropping. So here's an example. You can see here the spaces